Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack the big stories, give you that shortcut to, well, knowing what's going on. Today we're diving into something pretty wild. It's taking K-pop, which is already, massive, into a whole new territory. You know K-pop, right? The energy, the dancing, the idols. But what if those idols started becoming more like mythical warriors? Like battling actual supernatural stuff.
It's really something to watch how K-pop just keeps evolving. This new thing, this hybrid genre people are calling K-pop demon hunters. It's a bold step. It mixes that high-energy music we love with fantasy, Korean folklore, and honestly, some surprisingly deep supernatural stories. It's quite a conceptual leap.
Totally. It feels like we're moving past just performers. Now it's like idols are characters in these huge sagas fighting mystical bad guys. So our mission today, we want to pull back the curtain on this, understand how it mixes old Korean myths with super modern entertainment and, figure out what it means culturally, where it might go. Think of this as your essential guide to this really exciting new wave.
Exactly. And this deep dive, hopefully, it gives you a fresh angle on why K-pop keeps grabbing everyone's attention worldwide. It's a look into something that's, both really dazzling entertainment, but also has this unexpected depth. Lots of layers under the surface.
Okay, let's dig in then. When we say K-pop demon hunters, it sounds like comics, video games, concerts, all mashed together. What are we really talking about here?
Fundamentally, it's this convergence. Music, drama, mythology, all coming together. The idols become these developed characters, maybe warriors, powerful exorcists, mystical guardians, you name it. And their main thing, they fight these demons. The music, the visuals, it all becomes part of this ongoing fantasy battle.
Right, and it's not always like literal monsters with horns, is it? Yeah, that's what makes it interesting, I think. The demons can be more human.
That's a really key point, yeah. While sometimes you do get creatures straight out of folklore, a lot of the time it's allegory. The demons stand in for darker human stuff, greed maybe, or envy, depression, corruption, things like that. So it lets the artist connect with fans on that fantasy level, sure, but also on a really deep, emotional, relatable level. The fight feels personal.
Ah, okay. So it's not just a cool look. There's actual meaning baked in. I remember seeing one concept where the demon was like a digital ghost almost, hiding in comments, whispering doubts. That talks right to, the anxiety people feel online. It makes the fantasy feel really current. Now, K-pop has done fantasy before, hasn't it? K-dramas have vampires, time travel, groups have story universes.
You're right, it's not totally out of the blue, but this demon hunter idea, it pushes it much further, makes it more explicit. Think about EXO, right? They debuted with that whole lore about superpowers, the elements, or BTS, their HYYH and BU universes, exploring really philosophical, metaphysical stuff about youth growing up. Those were super immersive, too.
Oh, absolutely. So how does Demon Hunters level that up? What makes it feel like a bigger step?
Well, I think the shift is in how central it is. Before, you had maybe subtle story threads or these complex, sometimes abstract alternate worlds. With K-pop Demon Hunters, the fantasy is baked right into the idol's identity. It is their narrative. They are the demon hunters. Their whole concept is built around this supernatural fight, often with a clear mission. It's less a story about the music and more like the music is part of this unfolding high-stakes saga. The line between the performer and the character gets really blurry, deliberately so.
Okay, that makes sense. The fantasy isn't just window dressing, it's the foundation. Which leads us nicely into how they use ancient myths but make it look so modern. Korea's got such amazing folklore to pull from.
Oh, absolutely. Korean folklore is incredibly rich ground for this stuff. You've got figures like the Grison, these often vengeful ghosts, or the Dokkaebi, sort of trickster goblins, sometimes helpful, sometimes not. And there's a whole pantheon of other spirits and creatures. This genre isn't just borrowing, it's really paying tribute to Korea's cultural past, bringing these figures to a new global audience.
And the demon hunting part itself, that has roots in Korea too, right? It's not just a modern invention.
Not at all. It connects to very traditional practices, the whole idea of confronting and driving away dark forces. That's deep in Korean shamanism. Shamans performed rituals, sometimes called gut, specifically to ward off bad spirits, bring good luck. So K-pop demon hunters are kind of taking that core idea, that essence, and repackaging it, making it sleek, visually amazing, modern. It's a really clever way to preserve and reinvent culture.
I could almost see it. Like a music video for one of these groups, what would that look like?
Yeah.
Sound like? Probably pretty epic.
Oh, the visuals and sound are critical. Imagine music videos where the choreography isn't just dance, it looks like fighting techniques, like their moves are martial art sequences, or maybe casting spells, all perfectly timed to the music.
And the lyrics couldn't just be standard pop songs.
Exactly. The lyrics are really crafted. They'll weave in references in both English and Korean to the folklore, the myths, spiritual ideas. So a really catchy chorus might actually be this powerful chant against inner demons or, some external evil force makes the message hit harder. And visually, you often see this cool clash, like bright neon city streets next to dark, ancient-looking temples. Urban life meets spiritual war. It creates this whole myth pop spectacle.
Myth pop spectacle, I like that. Paints a picture. It sounds like this is tapping into K-pop's big strength, storytelling, and getting fans really, really invested.
That's a huge part of it. K-pop's global power comes partly from building these compelling stories around idols. Fans don't just listen, they dive into these universes. K-pop Demon Hunters just turns that dial way up by giving a clear, dramatic fight.
So an album stops being just songs and becomes more like a chapter in a fantasy novel.
Pretty much, yeah. Each album can feel like the next installment in this big saga. You see the idols grow, face tougher enemies, maybe uncover secrets about who they are, what powers they have. That kind of ongoing story builds incredible loyalty and excitement from fans. They can't wait to see what happens next. It's like appointment viewing, but for music.
Yeah, I get that. And concerts, how do they fit in? K-pop shows are already massive productions.
The concert potential is just huge, maybe even game-changing. You could stage them as these live battles. Imagine massive sets, crazy special effects, maybe even holographic demons that the idols fight on stage. Think about the impact of that. And you could get fans involved, too. Like, maybe waving your light stick isn't just support, it's like you're adding your light to help them fight the darkness on stage. It really breaks down that wall between the audience and the performers.
Wow, that sounds incredible. It feels like this whole idea could easily spill over into other things too, beyond just music and concerts. You mentioned transmedia potential. What does that actually look like?
Right, transmedia. Basically, it means the story doesn't just live in one place, it spreads across different platforms, and each one adds something new to the overall world. So for K-pop Demon Hunters, the potential is massive.
Okay, so like a whole universe across different types of entertainment.
Precisely. The group could launch a webtoon, maybe a full K-drama that explores the backstory, the world's rules, maybe side characters. You see companies like HYBE, JYP, they're already investing big in this kind of transmedia stuff for their artists. They see the power in it. Then you could have video games, maybe VR experiences, where fans actually join the idols on quests. Imagine that. Even the merchandise could be more than just t-shirts. Think symbolic weapons or charms from the story, things that make fans feel even more connected.
That's huge. It's not just entertainment, it's building a whole world fans can step into. Which brings us to something really powerful about this whole thing. The themes, empowerment, and how it connects globally.
Absolutely, that's core. The Demon Hunter idea might sound dark, but underneath it links directly to one of K-pop's biggest draws. Empowerment. Idols often sing about self-confidence, being resilient, having hope. This genre just makes that fight literal.
So the demons they fight are metaphors for the stuff we all deal with every day.
That's the connection, yeah. It makes the metaphor really strong, really relatable. The demons in their stories, whether they're actual monsters or more abstract, they often represent challenges fans face. Bullying, feeling alone, anxiety, self-doubt, pressure from society. The message is pretty clear, and it works everywhere. If your idols can face down these huge, scary things, then maybe you can find the strength to face your own stuff, too. It's like a psychological boost.
That's a really potent idea for a global audience. And speaking of global, how does this land with people who maybe don't know all the details of Korean folklore?
That's where the universality comes in. I mean, fantasy and myths are everywhere in pop culture, right? Think Marvel superheroes, anime warriors fighting evil. People get that basic idea. So when you mix that familiar hero archetype with K-pop's slick style and performance, Demon Hunters feels instantly familiar, even if you don't know the specific names of the Korean spirits.
Right. So even if you haven't heard of a dokabi, you understand the hero fighting darkness part.
Exactly. Fans maybe don't know the backstory of every single myth, but they get the core struggle. And what's cool is, for people who do get curious about the specifics, this genre becomes a great entry point. It makes them want to learn more about Korea's traditions. It's like cultural exchange, but wrapped in really engaging entertainment.
It really is. It sounds like this idea has serious legs for K-pop's future. Not just a trend, but maybe something bigger, more foundational.
I think so, yeah. The K-pop Demon Hunter concept is just perfectly set up for expansion, like we talked about with Transmedia. It's about creating something lasting, a real cultural footprint.
And it points to a future where maybe music, movies, games, fan communities, they all get even more tangled up together. Are there challenges, though? Or how could it evolve?
That's a good point. I mean, keeping the story straight across all those platforms, making sure the quality stays high everywhere, that's tough. But maybe the evolution is groups working even closer with fantasy writers or game developers, making the stories even richer. Or maybe the demons they fight become even more abstract, reflecting whatever new anxieties pop up in society.
Wow. It's definitely an exciting direction for the industry. K-pop's always been about reinventing itself, hasn't it?
Always. From bubblegum pop to really dark hip-hop concepts, it never stands still. It has to keep pushing to keep people hooked. K-pop Demon Hunters feels like that next big push, mixing music, mythology, and this really immersive storytelling. It just shows how K-pop keeps finding new ways to innovate, to connect with people culturally and emotionally, always redefining what pop music can even be.
What an amazing deep dive. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
It's clearly this powerful mix of Korean heritage, modern music, and these big universal ideas about struggle and finding your strength. It's way more than just a music style. It's like a whole universe unfolding.
It really is. It taps into Korea's amazing folklore, connects it to this message of resilience, and presents it in a way that just clicks globally. These idols become more than performers. They're like modern myth makers, symbolic warriors, cultural ambassadors, even carrying these ancient stories into the digital age and doing it with incredible style.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening right now? How does seeing ancient myths mixed with digital performance maybe change how you think about what a hero is, or even what a story can be today, and maybe what personal demons, those daily worries or doubts might you feel a bit more ready to face, seeing these artists fight their own battles, even fictional ones?
Yeah, I'd say go look for some examples of K-pop demon hunters yourself. See how the artists really embody these roles, how the stories get woven into everything they do, and just think about how they make these old legends feel so alive, so relevant right now.
Thanks for joining